Welcome everyone back to study solving, and this one we have a position where the opponent has a queen, we have a bishop and a rook, and we have to somehow try and win this position with the white pieces. And the title of this study is called Take My Queen, but I wouldn't suggest taking their queen because it's kind of a trap. The opponent wants you to take their queen. I wouldn't recommend it. Okay, see if you can swift through this position, try and calculate out the variations, and see if you can solve this. Take a good 10 to 15 minutes, see what you can come up with. Okay, welcome back everyone. And in this position, the first move is quite, I would say, quite forced in a way, because I guess the first few moves, because, okay, let's take a look at some wrong ideas. If you play a move like bishop c8, which is not correct, the king can simply escape. Now, in this position, I wouldn't play a move like here. I wouldn't play the king to d5 because of this rook d7 idea. But maybe just king f6. No, but king f6, rook a6. Okay, we gotta be careful. King e5, I believe, is the right move. And after king e5, if we play rook a5 check, king d4, and the king escapes, right? Rook a4, king c3. Yeah, I believe the king is escaping here. Yeah, so we just have to be a bit careful not to play this move or king f6. So yeah, just king e5. So that's not the move. So the move is bishop c4. We have to give a check, force the king to some square. Now the king is forced to only one move. This doesn't make much sense, similarly because of rook a6. They have to play a move, king e5. So now we look at the position and we say, okay, what can we do? So in this position, it's quite a forced move. We have to play one move, which is rook a5. This doesn't give our opponent any options and forces them to this f4 square. Similarly, f6 doesn't work, and d4 we play rook d5 check. They have to play this. And here is the critical move. So if you saw this next move in advance, very well done. Now this king, we can't checkmate it straight away. If we play a move like rook f5, they take our pawn on g4 and there's nothing there. Now we can't play anything else really instead of the move that I'm going to suggest. And they are threatening this check on d2 as well, so we have to do something quick. And the move is bishop e2. The point of this is simple. We're setting up rook f5 checkmate, and we're also defending our pawn on g4. And this king is boxed in, so we're trying to checkmate the king. And now the opponent can't really do much. They have a pretty tough choice to defend this position. Queen can't do much, no checks to give, nothing really here. Let's see. They can't play much. So your opponent has a very clever defense though. They play this move queen c5. And if you're in a very, peace grabbing mood, you would take the queen, which you're not supposed to do. If you take the queen, this is stalemate. This is actually a draw. The opponent has successfully stalemated the game. Now after queen c5, you have to play a very, very patient move. You have to understand they're not actually threatening much if your rook is defended. So we put the rook on a defended square. We play the move. If we move the king or anything, they just take the rook. We have to play rook b5. So the opponent's very smart. Now if they take, we take. And if they take on g4, we'll push the pawn and we'll win. So they can't do that. So they play the move queen d5. So again, they'll take the rook. They're saying, oh no, take the queen. And we're like, okay, I know I can't take the queen. So what do I do? And the move here is very clever. You pause the video, try and solve it if you haven't already. We don't want to move this pawn because this is necessary for our mating construction. We don't want to move the king. We don't want to move the bishop. We don't want to move the rook. Now, if you play a move like rook a5 to wait, remember they can take the rook. So don't do this. We play not c4. c4 would be wrong on account of queen c5. And here we have no waiting move. That's the issue. Now, we're going to have to take, and it's going to be a draw. I believe this is just a draw. Yep. So we play the move c3, we wait. Now if they play anything on this side, we take the queen. If they play queen h5, we don't take with the rook, or we don't take with the pawn, because both are stalemate. We give a check here. We don't take, we give a check, and this is winning, because this pawn is simply going to promote. We're going to bring the king, take the pawns, and promote. So then they play the move after c3. They play this move queen c5, and here we play the move c4, and this ends the game. If they take, we take, and it's winning. And if they play queen d5, now we can take with the pawn. Now the king has an escape. So now we win simply by just checkmating the king. And that is the puzzle. So I hope you enjoyed that study. I hope you tried to solve it and you made it far in this one. So yeah, this one was quite good. And just a reminder, you don't take the queen.